Republican presidential frontrunner Donald Trump is calling for a ban on Muslims coming into the U.S. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Dwayne Pullman.
And I'm Ellie Merritt. In the same statement where he calls for the shutdown of Muslims entering the U.S., Trump said, quote, "Until we are able to determine and understand this problem and the dangerous threat it poses, our country cannot be the victims of horrendous attacks by people that believe only in jihad and have no reason or respect for human life." Now, reaction to his statement has been fast and forceful.
Just a few weeks after Donald Trump said this,
"I love the Muslims. I think they're great people."
the Republican presidential frontrunner called for this.
I want surveillance of certain mosques, okay? If that's okay. I want surveillance.
Now, after last week's horrific terrorist attack in San Bernardino, California, Trump calls for, quote, "a total and complete shutdown of all Muslims entering this country."
We have to stop the Muslims until we find out what's going on. We have to stop people that want to kill us from coming in.
Other Republican presidential hopefuls were quick to distance themselves from Trump's proposal.
This is the kind of thing that people say when they have no experience and don't know what they're talking about. We do not need to resort to that type of activity, nor should we.
That is not my policy. I've introduced legislation in the Senate that would put in place a 3-year moratorium on refugees coming from countries where ISIS or al-Qaeda control a substantial amount of territory.
Lindsey Graham tweeted, "Every candidate for president needs to do the right thing and condemn at real Donald Trump's statement." Jeb Bush also took to Twitter saying, "Donald Trump is unhinged. His policy proposals are not serious." Trump, who has continually made controversial comments, has also steadfastly refused to back down.
Now, for Muslims here in central Ohio, Trump's words are hitting hard. NBC4's Mike Bowersock is live at the Noor Islamic Center in Hilliard. And Mike, I'm sure local Muslims are upset about Trump's message.
Yeah, they are, Dwayne. This Islamic Center is very entrenched in both American and Central Ohio culture. It is a polling place during the elections. Just yesterday, they had a viewing party for the Columbus Crew MLS game. And now they are hearing from a man who wants to be president saying people of their faith should not come into the U.S.
This is just the latest statement Donald Trump has made that someone or some group is asked to respond to. Tonight we went to the Noor Islamic Center in Hilliard. They let us in, they let us record tonight's prayer service, and they responded to the Donald Trump proposal to not allow any more Muslims in the country.
That is a very unfortunate statement, particularly coming from someone who is aspiring to the highest office in this country.
And they also talked about their faith, saying they are not only upset about what Trump said, but even more upset about the terrorism that has happened in recent weeks, terrorism in the name of their religion.
It's an issue that we should continue to speak out against, and that's what I would like to do, is that extremism, particularly violent extremism of this kind, is not part of our religion. It is actually an anti-Islamic activity, and I just hope to God that it would end.
The hatred is beyond comprehension.
I think most Americans will understand that these comments and these types of approaches are not the right thing here in America, and this is fundamentally a country that values religious freedom.
Except, it appears, for president.
The fact of the matter is there are already several million Muslims in the country.
The Boy Scouts meet here. The Girl Scouts meet here. There are potluck dinners. There are picnics from here. They feel like they are part of the American fabric, and now they are hearing from one candidate that any other Muslims coming into the U.S. are not welcome, at least not now. We are live in Hilliard. I'm Mike Bowersock, NBC4.
Mike, thank you. Now, so what does Trump's statement mean for his campaign? Tonight, I sat down with OSU political science professor Paul Beck, who says that Trump is playing to his base and his supporters will likely continue to back him.
Nothing seems to derail his campaign. I think he is playing to an audience. It's an audience that likes him, likes the way he says things, likes maybe the outrageous quality.
Ohio Governor John Kasich released a statement shortly after Trump called for that ban on Muslims entering the U.S., saying, quote, "This is just more of the outrageous divisiveness that characterizes his every breath and another reason why he is entirely unsuited to lead the United States." And we want to know what you think about this. Just head to our website or head to NBC4i.com to comment, as well as on our Facebook page.